he looked at me and come with his hands like this towards my neck. And I fought him for a little while.
Brittany Cole's story,
He come at me again,
is one she didn't think
and was holding me down.
she'd be alive to tell.
When I couldn't breathe anymore, I didn't think I was gonna wake up from it.
She and her husband manage the Centennial Inn on Front Street in Richton. It's a place where she's seen people come and go over the years. So when a church asked if she had room for a man named Journey Frazier who needed some help, she gave him a key.
I believed that he needed some help. I really did. I believed that he didn't have no family. I believed that, you know, he was just somebody that was down on their luck. And so we reached out to try to help him. We really felt sorry for him.
That act of generosity turned into a nightmare after Cole says she was assaulted and raped by the man she was trying to help.
He choked me, I was like, and left me for dead.
That was July 10th, and what makes the alleged crime worse, back up to mid-May, when Frazier was staying at the Centennial Inn. That's when he was arrested by Richton police for allegedly raping a woman. According to an affidavit, Frazier had forcible sexual intercourse with a woman with weakness of body. Court documents show he went before a judge the next day to face the charge. Bond was set at $60,000. Frazier would spend almost 2 months in the Perry County Jail before getting out, without having to pay anything. That's because of the Mississippi Rules of Criminal Procedure, which went into effect in July of 2017. Section 8.2 allows a court to release someone on personal recognizance unless that person is considered a risk to the community. Even with a rape charge, Frazier wasn't deemed a risk, but it only took a few hours after his release for that to change. According to Frazier's order of release, he left the jail July 10th. That's the day Sheriff Mitch Nobles believes Frazier made his way to Richton, back to the Centennial Inn where he was staying.
Did you know he had gotten out from the alleged first rape?
No, we did not know. Not until a few hours later anyway, when he showed up here.
That's when Cole says she became a victim.
He assaulted me, and after I'd passed out from the strangulation, he raped me and beat me after I was done passed out.
As this assault was happening, what was going through your mind?
I thought I was going to be dead. I didn't think I was going to pull out of it.
News 7 requested public documents from the Richton Police Department to see if Frazier had any type of criminal past before the alleged first rape. After a week, we finally got our documents. They show Frazier is no stranger to Richton police, even though his address is shown to be in neighboring Greene County. The records show since 2012, Frazier has racked up charges of simple assault, malicious mischief, public drunk, contempt of court, public profanity, and disorderly conduct. He spent time in and out of jail because of them. Back in November, the Richton Police Department sent a letter regarding Frazier's release to the Sheriff's Department with a note down at the bottom for Frazier that says, "Except for court, do not come back to Richton, Mississippi," per the police chief. There's even a note at the top to make sure Frazier gets a copy. While his past run-ins with the law are misdemeanors, the rules of criminal procedure, which allowed Frazier to get out of jail, directs a court to look at a list of considerations beforehand. Part of that list, the defendant's prior criminal record. Court documents show those misdemeanors were recognized during Frazier's initial appearance back in May on that first rape charge. We did speak with Frazier's court-appointed attorney, who told us while Frazier is facing charges, he is considered innocent until proven guilty.
He should have stayed locked up.
While Cole still questions why Perry County Justice Court allowed Frazier to walk out of jail, the sheriff says there's always a chance for an alleged criminal to reoffend.
It seems like someone dropped the ball.
Yeah, which I understand that.
With the decision out of his hands, Nobles had no choice but to release Frazier, who he says he had no problems from while locked up. Nobles hoped that would be the case while Frazier was out.
When he was released from this jail, nobody here had any idea that that was going to take place before the afternoon was up.
Sheriff Nobles says while he understands the concern of someone leaving his jail and committing a crime hours later, there's only so much his department can do.
It happens, unfortunately. There's no way to just keep someone in jail, especially on initial charge. They have that right to bond.
Cole says she understands that right, but as a victim, she feels the system designed to protect her failed.
I keep having such bad flashbacks of him coming at me or anything. When I close my eyes, that's all I see. And it hurts to know that something like this has taken away a lot of my happiness.
Now, the rules of criminal procedure is intended to allow defendants who can't afford high bonds to get out of jail while their case is pending. This, however, is a case where the system meant to help but harmed. Frazier has not been indicted on either rape charge. He's currently in the Perry County Jail on a $1.25 million bond. That's for rape, aggravated assault, and residential burglary charges. Mike McDaniel, WDAM Investigates.
It upsets me in the worst kind of way to know that if just a few people had done their job, this wouldn't have never happened to me.
What happened to Brittany Cole happened July 10th, 2018. According to a police report, she was assaulted and raped by a man named Journey Frazier, who was staying at an inn in Richton, which she and her husband manage.
As I physically seem to heal, the worse I seem to get mentally, as far as flashbacks. I guess you would consider it some sort of PTSD.
Cole's isn't the only rape Frazier is accused of. According to another police report, Frazier raped a woman 2 months earlier in Richton on May 14th, not far from the inn. That landed him in the Perry County Jail, booked the same day, and then given a $60,000 bond. 8 days later, while sitting in jail, Frazier was missing a court date just 31 miles away in neighboring Greene County, where court documents show he's from.
Is there currently a warrant out for his arrest in Greene County?
There is a bench warrant for his arrest because he was supposed to come back to court.
Greene County Sheriff Stanley McLeod says Frazier is no stranger to his department. Searching through court records, 7 Investigates found that bench warrant. It was issued May 22, 2018. That was the day Frazier was supposed to be in a Greene County courtroom after being indicted on a drug charge. He didn't show up, of course, because he was in the Perry County Jail on that first rape charge. Once Greene County found out where Frazier was, Sheriff McLeod says his department sent this fax to Perry County requesting a hold on Frazier. According to the fax, it was sent May 24, 2018, 2 days after the bench warrant was issued, and even marked as urgent. Problem is, Perry County Sheriff Mitch Nobles says his department never got that fax.
So what do you think may have happened?
I'm not sure. They're saying that they faxed the information over to us, but it never came through on our end of it. We never received the fax of the copy of the warrant or the fax cover sheet.
On July 10th, a month and a half after that hold, Frazier was released.
And I wasn't aware that he had been turned loose. But since he was in jail, I just left him over there because I didn't think he was going anywhere else.
Sheriff McLeod says he didn't think Frazier would be able to get the money to bond out, but he didn't need to. New rules of criminal procedure in Mississippi, which went into effect last summer, allow a court to release someone without paying a dime, so long as they promise to show up for court and don't get in any more trouble. With those rules in place, no indictment, and a breakdown in communication between 2 counties, a Perry County judge allowed Frazier's release.
Would he have walked out of this jail had you known there was a hold on him?
No, he would not. He would not have, and he would have went straight to Greene County.
Instead, July 10th, only hours after he was released, authorities believe Frazier went straight back to the inn in Richton, where, according to that police report, Brittany Cole was assaulted and raped.
This is a bench warrant for his arrest.
We showed those court documents to Cole and the fax that never went through.
The things that I've lost and the problems that I'm going to have for the rest of my life, this would have made the difference right here. And I just, it's hard to believe they didn't receive it. Isn't it still put on like the computer database for the law and everything as well? They only send a fax.
Outside of that one fax, neither sheriff recalls any other form of communication about that hold on Frazier between their agencies.
Do you think there needs to be more communication than just a fax?
Yeah, I agree with that, and I agree with that. There need to be more communication as far as, picking up the phone, calling to make sure that the hold is placed on them.
Do you think there should be better communication between your agency and Perry County?
Oh, well, it's pretty good right now, but like I say, I'm not sure exactly what happened.
There's a lot of people who say that the system failed this second victim.
Well, it's a possibility, but right now I can't say that because I'm not sure.
For Cole,
this should have never happened.
She says it's not so much possibility, but reality.
I've got to learn to live my life in a totally different way than what I was before.
Yesterday, Frazier went before a Greene County judge who dismissed that drug charge because of the charges he faces in Perry County, those being residential burglary, aggravated assault, and 2 counts of rape. So far, Frazier has not been indicted on any of it. That all has to be decided by a grand jury. Mike McDaniel, WDAM Investigates.